Georgia takes on Austin Peay Saturday afternoon at Sanford Stadium, and there's a lot to like about what we saw in the 45-7 win against Marshall. New quarterback, same offensive identity, a little bit more of that bite back that was missing a season ago. So what are some things that we're looking for when the Governors come to town, and what should be a pretty easy tune-up game before you head on over to Knoxville? Let's break it all down. Welcome on into SEC Unfiltered. It's Cole Thompson here. Bulldog Nation, like the video, hit the ring notification, and subscribe to the channel because we talk Georgia football, college football, and SEC football daily. Download the podcast version of the show, wherever you get your podcast listening systems. Follow us on the socials, link in the description. Follow me at Mr. Cole Thompson, and check out all of our great work found at SECUnfiltered.com. And as always, we're proudly fueled by our friends over at FANDUEL. Go visit FANDUEL.com/SECU. Get started with $250 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Lay down $5, win that bet. You're going to get $250 in bonus bets simply by signing up at FANDUEL.com/SECU. Austin Peay comes to town at 1-0. They were one of the very few FCS teams to get a 34-14 win over Middle Tennessee State. Not a good look for Derek Mason heading into year two. But that's not what we're here to talk about. This is the Georgia game. If somehow, some way, Austin Peay makes this a battle, I will shave my head live on air on Sunday Funday. I don't think that's going to be the case. 45-7 victory over the Thundering Herd. And there are a couple of questions that I want answered. Now, I got to ask you, how do you feel about Gunnar Stockton as your starting quarterback? Because it felt like some were a little underwhelmed. Despite going into halftime with a 24-0 lead, a lot of people felt like that maybe Gunnar Stockton was missing an element. Good mobile quarterback, was finding some success with his legs, had 2 rushing touchdowns, and led the team in rushing yards. But they wondered about his arm. Still finished 14-24, 190 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. And then you had Puglisi come on in. He had 1 touchdown, 59 yards passing. But you got to ask yourself, what more do you want to see? I want to see the completion percentage go up. I want to see more direct throws. I want to watch as he's getting more acclimated and comfortable in Mike Bobo's system, being that leader, that focal point. Because I didn't think it was a bad game. You have 4 touchdowns. You finished with over 200 yards of offense. You did your job. And you still beat a G5 opponent that was fresh off of playing it in the Sun Belt title game, even though a lot of the Thundering Herd went on down to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. You still got a significant win. You put up 28 points alone. I just want to see more directiveness. The thing that's missing for a quarterback like Stockton that I can think comes from this game is you didn't take the moment by the horns, quite literally, the Thundering Herd Buffalo horns. You didn't throw your hands on it and say, let's go for a ride. That's what you want to see this weekend against the Governors. You're in control. People know you are QB1. You are the face of the program, and you are the next guy to lead this team in the same path that we have watched countless other Georgia quarterbacks take them to the promised land of at least 10 wins. Because if you look back in history, Jake Fromm would have been in the college football playoff because he already was in the college football playoff. Matthew Stafford back in the day would have been in the college football playoff. Aaron Murray would have been in the college football playoff. Countless others would have been in the college football playoff, 10-plus wins. That's the expectation down at Georgia. You want to guarantee that this quarterback is giving you those opportunities. More direct throws, more decisive reads, stepping up in the pocket and delivering clean strikes. And then when you got to tuck and run, you go and tuck and run. The other thing that I'm looking for, can we get a secondary wide receiver to step on up? Zachariah Branch, welcome to Athens. You're awesome. And I knew he was going to be awesome. It's not his fault that Lincoln Riley didn't know how to properly get him involved in the passing game and why he was underwhelming after a dominant first game in college football. That's not on him. That's on your OC. Mike Bobo got his hands on him. Pause. Get back. Reverse it. Immunity. We're not going to talk about that anymore. Put him in a position to where he could strike. Put him in a position to where he felt comfortable. And he finished with 3 catches for 95 yards, waltzed his way into the end zone, had a big-time gain of 47 yards, averaged 31.7 yards a play. So who's going to be that next guy? Because once you get to the Tennessee game, despite them not having Jamal McCoy, despite them missing another member of their secondary, it still is a good defense. Not an elite defense, but still is a good defense. So if they take away Zachariah Branch, who are you turning to? Is it Oscar Dell? He had 2 catches for 33 yards. Is it Ellis Williams, tight end, 6'6", 1 catch for 23 yards, also found the end zone? Is it Thomas Blackshear? Is it Cass Jones? Is it Chauncey Bowens? Is it London Humphreys? Is it Lawson Lucky? Is it Dylan Bell? Who is going to be that guy that you trust offensively can serve as the secondary element? If Branch isn't open, no problem. We got this dude. Let's go get his first down. We got this dude that's going to move the chains. We're putting ourselves in a position to where we know that we're striking, we're making the moves, we're taking a step in the right direction. No problem whatsoever. The third thing, can this defense continue to step on up and be the difference? Against Marshall, 6 tackles for losses, 0 sacks. Okay, you take the 0 sacks. You should at least have 3 in this game, if not 5, maybe 7. Should have at least 10 tackles for losses, not 12, not 13. The physicalness is there. Watching back against the film, you could tell that what was missing last season was that spark, that ability to connect and win its one-on-one battles, and then pulverize the offensive lineman into the ground. That dog mentality that had made Georgia such a staple in college football and one of the more dominant forces in the game. That's something that you look at and say to yourself, that's bad. And I know it's one game, and I know it's Marshall, and you got to go handle business against, say, Florida or Tennessee or Alabama for that instance. But if you show that physicality, that fight, the way that you're going to wake up on Sunday morning and you're not going to want to get out of bed, the way that most Georgia teams in the past have, that's a sign that you are fully back and that you are ready to go back to a national title run. And you can. And it's Austin Peay. And honestly, maybe take out some of your frustrations that you didn't finish the sack against their quarterback. Maybe take out some of your frustrations that you know that you didn't have a good week of practice or something's going on in your personal life. Take it out on the Governors. Do that. But show that physicality week in and week out, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the situation or location or spread, it's going to be on display. That is when Georgia is at its peak. And last year, it didn't feel like it. This year, it might. So what is the final score? What is our prediction? I don't know what the betting line is because there is no betting line. Let me rephrase that. There is no betting line at FANDUEL.com because they believe it's going to be a blowout. And I believe it's going to be a blowout. I think Gunnar Stockton's going to play well. I think that Ryan Puglisi is going to play well. I think the rushing attack is going to be the big selling point in this game. Austin Peay had its fair share of struggles moving the football on the ground. They had their fair share of struggles stopping the run. I could see this easily being a 200-plus yard game, actually 300-plus yard game. Dwight Phillips, Nate Frazier, Bo Walker getting involved, 4 touchdowns on the day. I think the Governors have to hit the gavel and surrender because they're guilty of not being a team that can hold its own against Georgia. I got a final score of 61-7. Easily one of the biggest lines that you could play if it was available at FanDuel.com, but it's not available at FanDuel.com. You know what is available? Opportunities for you to win money. And you can do so by going over to FanDuel.com/SEC. You get started with $300 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. NFL season's right around the corner. When you place a bet, you win $5. You get $300 to use at your disposal all across the app. You can build parlays, best player props, ride the lines, whatever you like. FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season's almost here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Sign up at FanDuel.com/SECU. Get started with $300 in bonus bets by simply winning your first $5 bet. So 63-7 final score. It is going to be a bloodbath down in Sanford. Shield your eyes and take the children home so they do not have to watch what is a massacre in Athens, GA this upcoming weekend. Like the video, hit the ring notification, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following us on the socials at SEC Unfiltered. You want to give me a follow, it's at Mr. Cole Thompson. And check out all of our great work found at SECUnfiltered.com. Until next time, folks, I am Cole Thompson. Bulldog Nation. Again, a bloodbath between the hedges. Yeah, that's the old Georgia that we know and love. Peace.